guys, welcome to today's video. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Kyla. I upload videos every Tuesday and Thursday. On this channel we review lots of new launches that happen, old launches that I feel like have been saturated, and then I go back and kind of review later, so we see if there's a different perspective once the hype has gone away. We dabble with a little bit of fashion, so we're kind of a little well-rounded little community here. I would love for you to join, so please go ahead and hit the subscribe button right down there and join the family. With that being said, we are going to be reviewing the infamous Jackie Aina palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Now this product, or this item, I was not going to purchase originally, but then there was a lot of backlash to Jackie about some of the color names and some of the things she's being accused of, which I think is kind of absurd. The palette is very, very pretty. It's very saturated in color. Now I only have one other Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and that is the Sultry palette, and I do enjoy it. I don't pull for it on a regular basis, just like this one. Unfortunately, I don't think I will pull on a regular basis because there's a lot of colors in here that I won't really wear day to day, but it's a fun palette to have just to get different pops of color. Especially this purple right here is beautiful, and the Wiggly is this beautiful burgundy color. So we're gonna dabble into this. I'm gonna try to use a few of the colors. I do have to run some errands, so I don't want to go too crazy and look very interesting. But all right, so I'm gonna pop some primer on. I am just using what I usually always use, which is the NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. I think they have a new one that has a tint, but this is just the clear, translucent. Like, it's not going to cover up any discoloration that you or I may have on our lids. So now that the base is down, we are going to dabble. So from what I've read and heard is that the palettes have been formulated a little bit differently. It still has the same ingredients as the every other Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes, but they kind of tweaked how they're put so this doesn't give an ashy undertone to things. So I think for sure I want to play with this little color here called Lithuanian. I previously in my Sephora haul swatched it and I said it reminds me of MAC Satin Taupe, but like really amped up. So I want to play with her for sure. Now I am obviously a lighter skin complexion than Jackie Aina, so this ginger I think will work great for a transition shade, but I think it's just a little bit too deep for me. So I brought my beloved Too Faced eyeshadow, or not eyeshadow, bronzer that I'm going to fluff into the crease, and I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown eye blender because I've just been really enjoying that, or enjoying this brush. Now we have our like transition base down, and we can build onto it and just take it from there, but that gives us a pretty good base to start with. So I am going to take the ginger shade right here, and I'm going to take a beloved MAC 217. I am going to clean her up a little bit. Oh, I can get this tin open. If you guys don't have one of these, it's really cool. It's like it has this little bristly pad here that you can just swirl, and it gets the powder off your brush so you can quickly change in between, which is nice. And you can wash these and you can flip this little sponge thing and use both sides. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so I'm going to lightly touch into ginger and get her on the brush, tap her. Let me pull this little thing off so we can actually see better. And I don't know how pigmented these are. I would imagine they would be very pigmented because most of ABH's palettes are very pigmented, their eyeshadows. So I'm just going to work this into the crease. And I do start on the outer corner and do my little stamp there and then blend in. You can see I'm holding it at the end of the brush. So I want a light, like blown out type of application. If you come up closer, it's going to be more saturated and more, you know, pigmented, and can sometimes be a little bit harsh. So I'm staying at the end of the brush and just building that in. So you can already see the difference with this eye to this eye with just that little bit deepening the crease. Ginger color on me with that bronzer down, it's kind of pulling more of a red orange than just the orange color, which I kind of like that better. It's going to make the lithuation color really pop. And I'm going to kind of raise my eye up a little bit and bring it up higher so you can kind of see that darker color. All right, now we're going to try to do the same exact thing on the other eye. Okay, so we are matching up there, but I am going to take a clean brush, kind of just blend that all in. I don't know if you're like me, I can always blend the first eye better than I can this side, but I think since I cross over, that makes a difference, but. All right, so there we have that. Now I'm gonna set that aside. Let's go into, do we want to try to deepen it up more? Let's blend. I'm going to, again, use that same brush, clean it off a little bit. And let's go into edges, which is a little bit darker. So we were just here with ginger. We're gonna go into edges, which is more of a orangey red. And I'm gonna stamp that on the outer corner and keep this like actually in my crease. And I'm going to go with the north to south approach, so that way I don't bring it up too high, because I want it deep in the crease, almost like we're cutting the crease, but we're not cutting the crease. We're kind of giving that illusion that that crease is very dark and, you know, cutting it up a little bit. Take that clean brush again, blend it out. Now I want to go into this lithuation, which is going to be absolutely beautiful. I decided I'm going to be using this MAC 272 to kind of like lay it and place it. I am going to leave like this part of the eye naked so we can blend in one of the lighter shades on this end, I believe. Okay, this one is giving me some fallout. It is not giving me the color payoff I was anticipating with the swatch that I did here. So I think I am going to switch it to, I can't even read what this is, but it's a brush like this. That's putting the color on better, but still not what I want. I'm gonna go with my finger because it's just not giving me the color saturation that I want. Oh, much better. And I'm going to bring that a little bit into the crease to give it that blown out, faded look. And bring it into the inner corner. Flip to the other eye. It's still not as saturated as I thought it was going to be. Should we go in for a second go? We're getting there. I bet if I used like Max Fix Plus and wet our brush, it would have worked a lot better. And we could have very easily gotten a more saturated look, but not everybody has it. So everybody has fingers, at least, you know what I mean, at least one. Well, I guess that's, people have fingers typically. Okay. Now that that is on, and I just dropped the palette again, I'm going to take this pointy little one, and I was going to go into Zam, but I think that might be a little bit too much. So instead we're going to go into Soleil up here, and I'm going to pop that on the inner corner right here and right there. And she is very pigmented. So there she is popped on, and we have a little bit of situation going on over here, but we're going to remedy it with our beloved Scotch Barnes 61 brush. And I think I'm going to go into the bronzer first and start smoking out that bottom lash line. Smoke that a little bit, and I'm going to take that original brush, or the second brush we tried to pack on that color with, and I'm going to go into, I think, ginger, and I'm going to dip it like this to get it on the tip. Kind of bang it off so I get the excess off, and I'm going to almost like stamp it and like smudge it up into my lash line before I start wiggling it. So it's almost like I'm using this as my eyeliner on the bottom, and then I will go back and use the Scotch Barnes brush to fluff it out a little bit more. Okay, and then I think I'm going to go into edges just a little bit, tap in the center, tap it off, and blend her in there too. She really deepens it up. You can see the difference there. Tap, bang, and fluff. Okay. All right. I really don't know what else I can put in there because we didn't use a ton of shades. I kind of stayed very neutral. Maybe I'll do a follow-up video and we can play with these over here, like more colors. But I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes. Again, I'm using the Shiseido. And then I'm going to be using the Hourglass. This is the Film Noir. And that palette's a little wonky to hold, so bringing out my mirror here. I will say it clumps on the end here, so you kind of have to wipe it off, but other than that, I'm bumping this into the base of my eyelashes. And I will say the more that this mascara like dries out, the better it gets. Because look at the difference. That's one coat between this and that. Very good. Put some on the bottom eyelashes. Beautiful. I'm going to re-dip. See how she gets really goopy? So that wasn't a good idea, but you just take it in, swirl it off, and bump. And I bumped my face. Don't worry, just let it dry. Let me go grab a Q-tip while that dries. Okay. And typically you can just kind of scrape it off once it dries. And then take your foundation brush that you were using previously and just, ta-da, remedied situation. Alright, so I'm going to pop on some lippy. And this color is a recent find for me, but overall it's beautiful. But this is Sugar Glider. And this, I went into the counter because we just got it at our Nordstrom's. And she put this on me and I was like, oh, this is like a moody nude. It is great. See, it is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, I'm gonna zoom you in for the eyeballs. So here is the look that we have. It's very blended out. And I like it. So I'll keep you posted how this wears. I do like it. I'm interested to play with some of the other colors to see how it holds up. Why is my hair being weird? So yeah, that's it for today's video. I forgot to tell you, this retails, let me tell you, this retails for $45. So $45, and you do get several colors, and you get this little double-ended brush that I've never used. Like, it's not the best. It's not the worst, but it comes with a little brush. I feel like that's kind of like a pull from the Urban Decay like original Naked palettes. They all came with that double-ended brush. But yes, this retails for $45. And I will say you don't get a lot of product, but they are very pigmented. So it will take you a while to get through the pan, but they are only 0.02 ounces each, so that's not a whole lot of color. But overall the palette is beautiful, and I will keep you posted. And if you're interested in seeing a look with that palette that's more colorful than this one, because this one's very like, it's neutral, but there's something there. It's not just your everyday, well, it could be an everyday, but it's a little bit more than what I usually do for everyday makeup. So yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. There's a button right down there. I'd really love for you to join the channel. I upload, like I said, every Tuesday and Thursday, and I will see you in the next video, guys.